Hey, what's going on, fam? Hope everybody's doing well today. I've got a special one here for you. This is one I've been looking at for a little while and finally pulled the trigger on it yesterday. I made the trek up to our friends at Smokey Mountain Knife Works and got to hang out with Mr. Greg himself. Had an absolutely awesome time. Got to see some cool shit, and really got to, just play with knives all day, which it's always an awesome day. So while I was up there, I went ahead and picked this up. Again, it's something I've been looking at for a little while. As you can see, it's the Nighthorse. So this is the B'yond EDC Nighthorse. Of course, it is a Dirk design. So we're going to go ahead and check it out. It is the asymmetrical model, so it's their the top of the line one. Comes with a little microfiber. It looks like it's a kind of a smaller size. You do get a little pouch here, the asymmetrical pouch, and oddly enough, it has belt loops on it, which I thought was pretty funny. But it does have belt loops on it if you wanted to do such thing. Inside, you've just got your normal care and maintenance information. And then your just a normal pouch. So your pouch could technically hold two knives if you wanted to put a smaller knife in there, and then have the other knife outside. So then you have it in your plastic here. I'll go ahead and get rid of this plastic. So here is the knife, and we're just going to not delay. I'm going to go straight into the zoom because this is a lot of knife to look at. So we're going to take a look at it all here. All right. So it is the blued titanium and S35VN Nighthorse. So you can see all of this micro milling. This thing has got a ton of milling on it. I'm going to go ahead and get some oil off of this blade real quick. Bear with me here. Get that oil off there. So it has a ton of milling. Just all over the backside edges. You've got these kind of gill looking pattern milled in there. Of course, you have a captive pivot. T6 screws, it looks like. On the other side, you do have a milled titanium pocket clip. It is a right side tip up only. Looks like the pocket clip is secured from the other side, so you'd have to take it apart to get the pocket clip out anyway. Again, it's a milled clip. Carries really well. I actually carried it today. Getting that same milling, you got your kind of the shark gill pattern there on the clip, and that follows in again onto your lock side. You do have your T8 there, and you do have a steel lock bar insert. A little bit of jimping there on the top row, and then you have just from that milled in here on the back as well on the outsides. And you do have a fairly large, thick backspacer there. It goes probably just right at or a little over halfway up the knife. So let's go ahead and take a look at the blade. I'm going to open up off camera. Let me get some more of this oil and stuff off of here. All right. So taking a look at this wicked blade coming in. So, and there's a lot of it. And then you have the designer logo there. Then you have the Nighthorse logo. This, of course, is Dirk Pinkerton and the Nighthorse. And then on the other side, you have the asymmetrical logo, the model number, Nighthorse 005, and then S35VN. And this is a chunk of S35. And it comes down to a crazy point. Take a look at that point there. Got a great point on that. And what's crazy is there's still plenty of meat behind that. I mean, that's not a super duper fine point. It is that way for sure. Fairly large thumb studs. Give you plenty of ability to grab hold of them. Check out our lockup. Lockup is really good. Solid. I'm not seeing any air gap there at all. Let's see if I can get it. No, nothing there. So you do have a lock bar insert as well. You see that there. So it is a hidden lock bar insert, which I really like. So it's not just like glaring at you, which can kind of take away from that titanium a little bit. And your inside, your titanium is milled. You see that there, so it does help with the weight. As big of a knife as this is, it's not extremely heavy, but you do have a ton of milling, and you have that same kind of a jimping on the top as you do on the bottom down here. All right, let's go ahead and zoom out so you guys can see the whole knife again. So again, it does not handle like a massive knife. So just to give you guys some information here. So closed, this guy is 5.5 inches. So it's got a 5.5 inch handle. It really, like I said, it really does not carry like a big knife. Carried it today with basketball shorts. So thumb stud action. So good. I mean, such good action for such a big blade. I mean, it fires out of there. I'm having to kind of be careful because I don't want to hit my tripod. So, and it reverse flicks like a dream. I mean, I can't fault it. You know, just so good. The only issue I have with the knife, the action's perfect. I think the knife is gorgeous. There's no cutout here on the handles for accessing the lock bar. I get why they did it. It's a form thing, but I think function should always come before form. But I get why they didn't want to have it cut out there. The knife is you do have a fairly large opening here to where you can get your thumb in there, and it's not that bad because it's a titanium liner lock. There's not a ton of pressure there, but it could go with, you know, it wouldn't hurt to have a cutout, even if it was just a small notch there, just to help you get a little more, in there. I don't think it would take away from the overall looks of the knife any, really. Again, that's just something that I would like to see on there. But, outside of that, I really can't find anything wrong with the knife. The thumb studs are great. They're big enough that you're able to just come in right off on the side and get that thumb stud, as long as you're not pressing on the lock bar, that is. You can get that thumb stud and get it out there. As you just seen there, even when you don't quite get it much, it still has enough weight to get the blade open. And I really dig it. Pricing wise, these things are actually priced extremely well. I think the normal price on them is right around $130-ish, if I'm not mistaken. And then right now, this particular one, the blue one, if there's any left in stock or on sale, and I don't know when that sale is going to end, but if you go and check them and they're not this price, then you missed it. But they are $115 right now, or $114.99, or $114, something like that. They're on sale. So the blue titanium, I think, is just absolutely gorgeous. Of course, y'all know by now my color is blue, so that, and I think blue and bronzed titanium looks so good. And then they look really good together as well. But again, the action on this thing is just what really sold me on it. I'd been wanting to get one for a while and hadn't gotten my hands on one because, you know, it's not something that a lot of people have. And this guy has a little over a 4¼ inch blade and cutting edge. The cutting edge and everything's all the same. So, plenty of meat there. And then, only thing I might worry about is sharpening. You don't have a great sharpening choil, and then your thumb stud does stick up a pretty good ways. So it's a pretty big thumb stud. So sharpening might, depending on where you clamp the blade. If you clamp the blade out further, you might be able to get in if you're using a clamp system. If not, it doesn't look like it would be too awful hard to take out these thumb studs, which is probably what I would do if I was sharpening it. I would just go ahead and remove the thumb studs. Speaking of screws, let's go ahead and do our usual check for machining on the screws. So our T8 is good. You can see there's 0 wiggle side to side. These are all T6s. Check the screw for the lock bar insert. Nothing there. So far, so good. Everything's looking really good. No wiggle there. None there. None there. And again. So everything's really good. We've got really great tolerances on the screws. I think this is yeah, so that's only for a flat. I couldn't tell if there was anything in there, but as you can see, it's just a straight through hole there on the thumb studs. Jimping on the back of the blade is really nice. I mean, this thing freaking disappears in your hand. You don't even feel the pocket clip. I mean, I don't know if you would if you had a big old mitt or not, but you know, in my hand, I mean, it's almost a two-handed knife. It's a 1½ hand, which I don't have big hands anyway, but it feels really comfortable in my hands. You've got just a ton of traction on that jimping, and then you've got the jimping on back here as well. So if you want to chuck down, and then you've got all this micro milling and everything that's on the knife, really locks your hand in, and it feels so good too. I'm not telling anybody that's had any milled titanium in their hands. I'm not telling you anything you don't know. That micro milling just feels awesome. So this is one that I think has definitely been slept on. Greg and I were talking about it at the store, and even he originally slept on the original version, the budget version when it came out, which I did the same thing. I almost bought it 100 times. I had it in my shopping cart 100 times, and just never pulled the trigger on it. And then all of a sudden, poof. Now they're gone, and these things are so good. The budget ones are even better, or not even better, but the budget ones are just as good. But when you consider the price and everything on them for what you're getting, it's crazy. Like I said, these are insane for having that much S35, and it's a sharp one. It's extremely sharp. Let's see if I got some paper here. It seems to always be something I forget to do is grab a piece of paper so I can show people sharpness. Let's see. Yeah, we'll just use this. It's not a knife that's ever going to go anywhere, so I mean, it's doing little curlies, push cut and curlies off of this paper. It's sharp. I mean, those are push cuts. This isn't normal paper either. I don't even, it's like some sort of wax paper or something. Just throw that back in there. Wicked blade shape. I don't know. It's some sort of a Persian-esque, Persian-inspired. I don't know. Just absolutely insane. sure my buddy Matisfaction probably loves this thing. I don't even think I got to show it to him today. Anyway, sweet blade, awesome price, awesome people. If you guys don't know anything about Smokey Mountain Knife Works, you need to check them out. Their link will be below. The link for this knife will be below. Like I said, they offer it in a couple of different color variations. So go ahead and check everything out in the links below. What do you think about the knife? You know, do you love it? Do you hate it? Is this something that you've been looking at? Do you own one? You know, let's get some comments rolling. You know, it's you know, it's always fun interacting with you guys in the comments. So I appreciate it. Again, as always, be kind, be humble, be EDC. Y'all take care.